There are many theories of the expression saved by the bell. You could be saved because probably you're anxious of the outcome or output of what will happen in your life following different incidents. One of the most known theories is of a boxing match when someone is probably at the tail end of a knockout session where a bell will be rung to save him from being ousted. But one of the oldest theories of the 18th century is known as to be where someone dies and a string will be tied on his body and part of it will remain outside, so that in case this person is not dead, the bell will ring when the person will move in the grave, and that will be an indication that the person is not dead. Have you been in the last moment of an incident that causes you anxiety, uncertainty, then just before giving up, you're saved by the bell? Come on, you and I know very well that there are many times and incidents where we've been saved out of anxiety, saved at the last moment. Something just comes up and you like, come on, if it's not for this and that, I could have been lost. Well, we know of a story of a precarious thief on the cross where these two people meet in a situation of anxiety where what is left is but death. They're both crucified right on the right side, the other on the left side, and we find there is Christ in the middle of the cross, and this uncertainty and anxiety causes them what I could say a depression. What is that expression when it comes to a life-threatening incident? Do you just sit down and feel like, oh, this will not even take me anywhere? I want to suddenly focus on this one thief who looks at himself and says, I am beyond salvation. And he says, save both of us if it's you. If you're really the Son of God, why don't you save both of us? And there's this one who is not only taking chances, but he is looking up to the one in the middle of the cross and perhaps looking at a potential of being saved. And he looks at Jesus in the book of Luke chapter 23. He looks at Jesus and he says, we are justly on the cross, or we are justly received something that we actually is a due reward. And this person looks at Jesus and he simply says, remember me. Remember me when you come into your kingdom. As fate will know or keep it, we know that Jesus will not only listen to his expression, but Jesus will respond with the most assurance hope. He'll simply say, assuredly I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise. And I like the way the Greek text expresses it, that it causes us to understand that no matter how you are hopeless, directionless, it's still possible that an intervention can come at the last moment, but only by you focusing on the one in the middle. I just get goosebumps with the expression that Jesus makes and the assurance he gives this person when he feels like everything is lost. When he thinks anxious, probably to the point of giving up, he chooses to think differently from his friend who responds in arrogance. He simply said, remember me in your kingdom when you come. And you know what Jesus will say? Which will be the saving bell for me? That assuredly you'll be with me in paradise. Meaning that Jesus, of course, went to die. He went and just to seal the salvation, meaning he's sealing this with this one man completely. And such an expression shows how someone can narrowly escape at the last moment when you feel anxious. Maybe we need to render our life and thoughts and say, just remember me. Just a simple expression, remember me. It's so difficult, causes anxiety, but all I have to say is just remember me. And maybe it's a financial challenge, you can just say, remember me. Maybe it's marital struggle, you simply say, remember me. Maybe it's depression caused by children. Maybe it's an anticipation of a job that you feel like you don't deem to have it. You can simply say, remember. Maybe you're struggling whether you can even find food. You can also simply say, remember me. And you know, Jesus says what? Assuredly, I am the Lord who comes through for you. You know, when Zacchaeus meets Jesus in the book of Luke still, he'll simply say, I want to come to your place. And Jesus said, assuredly, I'll come to you today. May the God who comes through for people that very day come to intervene such that you'll say you are saved by the bell. May God bless us.